All right, so we should be good. We should have audio. Yeah, now we're good. I didn't have the Rode wireless mic app downloaded. Murphy's Law, man, when something can go wrong, it would. That's what happened to the start of our video game live show. And then now this, John, part two, ruining momentum like I normally do. You know what I mean? We had a good few people that was rolling through. But yeah, originally, it started off because it's like, well, I, I wanted to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth tonight, and I'm still going back and forth with the idea of still live streaming it tonight. I don't know, especially being that this was a disaster, the first one with no audio. Pretty good reach, but no audio. So I'm not sure what's up with that. But now this is working. I don't know. I see. If we do, it'll in all likelihood would be a short one. You know what I mean? If we did still live stream Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Day, I'm so messed up between, with that not working the first time. Like I don't know. I don't know why it did that. It was working before when I tested before I went live. Everything was good. But now again, I just ruined momentum. We had a few people that were strolling in. We're just talking, having a good time, introducing the content to new viewers. Always a good thing and a challenging thing. If I'm being 100% honest with you. But yeah, I don't lie. I don't normally. Let me turn this around this way. Should we hold it? What y'all think? Just gonna hold it. That's the YouTuber thing to do. Normally don't go live in this format. Is what I was saying before. I did. That's my bad. Normally we got Mrs. Mod to help moderate the chat, but I didn't. I didn't have the Rode app installed here on my iPhone, so the audio just wasn't registered. Like it was registered in the device, but it wasn't giving me any audio output, and that kind of blows because you know what I mean. What are we talking about? Just just join. Well, we were talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and how in the first vertical live stream we did that was an epic fail. It went horribly wrong because I didn't have the Road app installed, or it was installed. I just didn't have this I didn't have this device selected, my iPhone. But I swear it was installed. I don't know what happened. Anthony Bravo says hi. What's going on? It's good to see you. What's going on? Has any of you played any of the Final Fantasies? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or just any of the OG Final Fantasies? Are you a classic Final Fantasy player like myself? Like playing Final Fantasy 1? Didn't remember much. It was re-released. Final Fantasy 1, 2, but of course Final Fantasy 7, the GOAT out of all of them. 8 and 9, I like 9, but even Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 10, all just solid Final Fantasies. Great stories. Titus's story, Cloud's story, and I always forget the dude's name in Final Fantasy 8. But I will say, as a part of an upcoming series here on this channel, like a retro replay, a retro rewind, where we will be playing older classic games on top of the new stuff, really to hold us over until GTA 6 gets here. If I'm being perfectly honest, it's really meant to just hold us over until GTA 6 gets here. I was hoping that we would get Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth or Part 3 to the trail to the Part 3 to the trilogy, to the remake trilogy. I was hoping we'd get the trailer sometime around now. But if we're following a similar trend, Final Fantasy 7 Remake Integrate released in January of 2024. Rebirth released January 2025. What does that mean? We'll probably see, final part 3 at least in January 2027, which is a whole year from now, which I'm okay if they're taking their time, you know what I mean, just getting it right. Ron, what's good with you? Nah, he can rap. Can I sing? Nah, I mean, no, not really. Yeah, volume back. Yeah, yeah, my bad about that. Oh, so you was with you was in the other you was in the first vertical live stream. Ron, it's good to see you though, fam. What's good, cuz? What's good with you, brother? I rapped back in the day. In the earlier tech streams, I used to rap for super chats. You know what I mean? I used to like fire up some of the stuff I've written back in the day, but that's so long ago. I don't know if I could remember all the lyrics. But I sing for a personal care activity, which I recommend everybody do. Hell, just let loose, grab yourself, favorite adult beverage, and I mean, just let it go. Yeah, I'm not. That's too. I ain't got my glasses on. I can't see it. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's the interesting thing about going vertical, man. When you going vertical, I notice you're exposed to YouTube at a wider audience, which is okay. Which is okay because there's many type of viewers here on the channel. Roman is good to see you. What's good, Roman? Hello. Roman says hi a few times in the chat. Happy Monday to y'all. Hope everybody's Monday went about as well as my first vertical live stream did. And when I went to go sit down and live stream Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that's what we are supposed to be playing for our live game show. My network adapter was just went bonkers after this previous Windows update I did. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Now it's a W stream. That first vertical one was a L. Even trying to get Final Fantasy VII Rebirth fired up, that was a L too. Shit. Happy Monday to you. Yeah, happy Monday to you. We're in for a long week, although there will be a Friday stream. We'll pick up back. I have some free time on Friday, so we'll stream earlier in the day on Friday. So if you're new to the community, consider chilling. Ask me anything. Impromptu, ask me anything. Here on this vertical live stream. Not sure if it'll stay up, but feel free to ask me anything. But we will be going live Friday. We will be going live Friday to what I presume will be finishing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We're in chapter 14, or chapter 13 out of 14. So we're right around the corner. Do I watch college basketball? No, I haven't. I haven't watched college basketball. The Duke game is crazy. I heard about, I did hear that the Duke game is crazy, Ron. And college basketball, that's something to be very honest. That's something I should have got into, but I fell out of love with basketball when Kobe retired, NBA wise, and never really got into college ball. But no, I don't. I don't do college basketball. I don't watch college football either. But I do watch the NFL. I am a NASCAR fan. I do plan on doing the studio tour for channel members. Okay, so if you want to see a breakdown of everything that I use here in the live stream and set, consider joining as a channel member. But I do have my rebuild of my NASCAR one semicolon and one dash, however you say it, 1/24 scale NASCAR cars. I got two Dale Interceptors and a classic Rainbow. So where am I going with that? I do like sports. NFL mostly, and motorsports, that being NASCAR. All right, let me see. Chat is really. Oh, I just do this. NASCAR, vroom vroom. I hope you find all the joy you seek in life plus more. I wish that to everybody. All the, everybody watching here, any replay viewers that this might stumble across if it stays up. Ron says, "Skull, go Vikings." Yeah, who they pick up? The Vikings picked up a quarterback. Kind of shocked me. Who was it? Who's that free agent pickup? Ron, I missed who it was, but they picked up somebody, and I was like, that's a pretty good pickup. I mean, that feels like the Vikings have been searching for a quarterback really since damn near they picked up Donovan McNabb, and they had AP running the ball right up the middle, all day. Remember all day AP. AP was a hack in Madden, man. All you had to do was pick Adrian Peterson, and that was a wrap. All you had to do was pick Adrian Peterson. Giants all day. Salute, man. I mean, there's Browns fans still out there. Giants. Giants squandered talent. I like that kid. What they got now? Jackson Dart, their current quarterback, Jackson Dart. I think he looked good towards the back end of the season, but he might have that rookie effect where you know how all rookies look good because most teams don't know how to plan and game plan around him and strategize around him. So every game is like a new look to that rookie QB. I think that was Jackson Dart. Will he have that same success in year two? We just have to wait and see. If memory numbers, I'm pretty sure he dude was a rookie. I don't follow the Giants, but I do like Dallas. Dallas and Atlanta. Atlanta for the home South team, and because where I'm currently residing, we got the Ravens, but that's not why everything's purple either. By the way, shout out to the Ravens, but the Giants, ah, Dart who go Bills. You know, do you think them letting go their coach? Who's that? McDaniels, right? Was it McDaniels or who? I forgot the name of the Bills. Do you think the Bills letting go of their head coach was a smart move? Or do you think it's something else? Do you think it's Josh Allen? Because originally, do you think it's the Winter Soldier? Classic freaking comic book movie, all that MCU movie. I love the Winter Soldier. Side tangent. But do you think there was a good look for them to let their coach go? I haven't been following much AFC news. Did they replace? Did they replace the head coach? Dallas is in a weird spot. They were in a weird spot last year. All big ticket players, high cap space. I'm sorry, cap room to the ceiling. Not much room for flexibility and and signing new players. And the product that came on the field was absolute garbage. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch football all this past season anyway. The whole season felt very memeish, if you ask me. It just didn't feel. I don't know. It felt like it was missing something. You know what I mean? But no Eagles fans. I'm shocked. They no Eagles fans up in here. That's why I thought. Oh, maybe the. I thought that might have been you, Kevin Medicine. I thought that might be you. That was the Eagles fan. That's why you were saying Giants too. Unless you a Dallas fan, right? Go Big Blue. But no, the NFL is. This is another one of them seasons where it's anybody. Anybody could win. Anybody could win. Anybody could win this season. I really until we see more off-season moves being made, or until we get a little closer to like after training camp, then we might get to see some potential contenders for the Super Bowl this year. And then we also have Madden coming out. I experimented with streaming Madden here on this channel very early on, and results were kind of mixed. They were more good than bad. It was just trying to nail down a time that was good to stream Madden. So I am excited for Madden coming out here for Madden 2027 or 26. Such a weird, yeah, 26. I know. Madden gets the same hate every year. It's kind of deserving, I will admit. But it's the only football sim we have. Some of us may remember, you know what I mean, some of us may remember your NFL 2K days, right before, Madden monopolized quite literally the game and just went right after 2K's juggler and purchased an exclusive license with the NFL to be the only game developer to develop, you know, NFL based games. So we're stuck with Madden. That's all we're getting, until they can let go of that license, that exclusive license clause. That's all we're going to get. And at the one point, I was following it until it was actually renewed this past year. They actually renewed it. So if you're holding out for it like me, I mean, we just got to keep waiting because it ain't coming no time soon. Madden don't deserve to be hated. We love Madden. Yeah, I am. All I play for the most part up until here recently is franchise mode. Like any other franchise, franchise fans in the building here with us live now. But I love the Madden franchise, and it's gotten slowly better, especially over the last two iterations of Madden. but it's so far it's been nothing like how NFL 2K was back when that came out, and that was dominated. You had Boomer Eisen doing the halftime, like whoop, doing his signature trade style vocals and everything, and then they actually showed highlights from not only just your game, but other games going on in the season, right? Like ahead of its time, because we're talking this was 2001 or 2002, something like that, and or not even like year 2000 or 2001. It was something to that extent, and I love 2K. I would play 2K now if 2K was still making them. I'd play NFL 2K now if it was still being made. But I've long accepted that with each Madden, we're getting slightly overhauled visuals, some gameplay mechanics that are being fine tuned that should have been fixed in the previous year's Madden. They're finally getting fixed in the current year or the next generation Madden. Some small changes to the franchise mode. I still think that it can be a little bit more immersive in terms of the story aspect that which each within each team that goes on throughout the week, like quarterbacks struggling, rookie quarterbacks dominating with a veteran quarterback on the team, or any position, especially a highly skilled one, wide out, tight end, defensive lineman, defensive back, hell, really any position. Really, if any player is outperforming a potential starter, that there should be buzz with your franchise, especially if you're like me and you really just enjoy developing rookies and just building your franchise, building your team. That's something I enjoy doing, for sure, hands down. That's why I sink hours into Madden. I only really doubled down and went like competitive online because some people do. They find the meta, for lack of better words. They find the meta and they just stick to it. Same deep pass or same gimmicky throw that just breaks the fundamental AI, and it's not so much like a skilled play. You're just hacking the game. That takes the competitive fun out of Madden when that happens. And I came across a few of them in 25. I really did. But I was doing pretty good going on 2, 3 game win streaks. Just having a good just overall record between like sessions because it was like seasons just broke it down but I did pretty good though, and I tell you what, they haven't released who's going to be on the front cover, so we don't know who's going to be on the cover. That typically happens around, yeah, like around this time actually, around June, July, something like that, May, June, July. It's good, Peter. It's good to see you. I'm definitely not doing that. It was actually thicker than this though. Here recently, I just shaved it because, well, where I'm located at, it's spring, it's starting to get nice. I don't. I'm ditching the winter coat, trying to go light. But nah, family, I can't do that. I can't trim the beard. I think most people who've seen me IRL, even here on camera, because I've had a beard almost for my whole since I've been creating content over on the Big Tech channel. But if Peter said if I shave mine, will you shave yours? I don't know if you have a beard, Peter, but I can't. All I can recommend is if you want to shave your beard, go for it. I'm probably not going to shave mine though. That's a pact that I just can't agree. I can't agree with. Um, and it takes me at my age. It takes me a little longer for my beard to grow back. How about for 2K subs? That is that's a strong wager. That I might say because it's a huge milestone here for this channel, and that's something what, Peter. I might have to actually take under consideration. We shave the beard at 5. Just go all out. Do it right here. Do it on a vertical live. Just I got the cordless. We just go in and just shave it all off. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Peter might be on to something. We went from Madden to a clean beard shave at 2K subs. Yes, sir. You're gonna be. I'm gonna look like I'm gonna look 30 years younger. I'm probably gonna look about 30 years younger, which is okay. I do have a lot of gray in my beard, but I'm willing to bet. Now I didn't want to play that game. I was gonna say guess my age. I think I might have dropped that here though on this channel. I'm not sure. But shaving my beard at 2K, I mean, we're definitely going to do something fun. Might do like an IRL stream. Might go out in the community. Might walk the streets or something like that. Go into a GameStop. Just go on a field trip. We just call it a field trip. 2,000 subscriber field trip celebration. Shop with me or something like that. I don't know why I say GameStop. We don't buy physical media here on this channel. Maybe for the Switch too, but there's nothing up. There's not much out for that as well. I wanted to. I was considered playing Fire Red here on the channel, experimenting with Pokemon content. I'm not sure how well received it's going to be. Kind of like me going vertical. Such a different content strategy. Hopefully, we don't lose any of those 1,000 plus that we. So I was getting ready to reach for the Stream Deck. We got the Stream Deck on our big live show, the horizontal live show. I was getting ready to tap for it so I can let the air horn go. It says you're cool, bro. Everyone gets so mad when I comment that you don't have soft skin. Well, I mean, yeah, and it's all fun. It's all fun. We're all here. As content creators, your number one goal is to be entertained or be entertaining, however that may look. That's why you know what I mean. That's why even myself as a viewer, I come here on this platform because I want to be entertained. I want to be entertained. Are you not entertained? So you gotta have fun, man. That's only possible with viewers and members, and viewers in the community. It's only possible with y'all. That's facts. Get that Snickers off the off the plane. Jason Brody. Thanks for popping in. I'm trying to process the reference again. Getting used to vertical the vertical crowd here on YouTube. That haven't really done a lot of vertical live streams here on this channel. If you come across this channel and you're like, I don't know about this content, might not be for me, but you do enjoy gaming content, I'm telling y'all, hit that subscribe button. Should be like right there. Hit that subscribe button for me, so you can catch like our regular high quality, better maintained show. But going vertical is fun. I mean, I apologize for dropping the ball on the first one. We had good reach, man. We was reaching new members or new audience, new viewers. Some of you came back, and I definitely appreciate that. If you haven't yet, like this vertical video. Try to get out as many eyes as possible. Why I'm here live now? Because again, I don't know if I'm gonna leave. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this live stream up. I just converted into like a little mini AMA. Ask me anything. You know what I mean? Or I want to ask y'all some things as a community. What type of games would you want to see me play? When GTA 6 drops, I most certainly will be playing that at day one. And I'm not even the biggest like crime enthusiast, but I've played all the other GTAs. I, for the most part, only played them for the story, quite naturally. And I was so late to the GTA 5 online party, but I don't plan on missing that this time around. A lot of content can come from that. A huge missed opportunity by not considering streaming GTA 5, especially GTA 5 here online. Just building up that, your criminal empire and all that good stuff. So, you know, that is something I will consider is uh is playing GTA 6 online. But so far, I mean, Rockstar, they haven't announced any game modes. You ever know we're going to get? It's safe to assume, although you shouldn't, but it is safe to assume we will be getting an online mode, a campaign mode. Who knows? Maybe even a multiplayer mode. That'd be pretty dope. Or I guess that'd fall under the online aspect of GTA 6. But I mean, that'd be pretty dope. You never know. But yeah, vertical YouTube is a whole nother experience. I mean, even myself as when I be scrolling on shorts and just looking for content and I may come across a vertical live. I might tap through, especially if it's just like this here, and the creator is just having a conversation or just what I mean, just talking, and you want to get to know that creator when there's not as much noise going on the screen. aka a video game. These type of just, hang with me or chill with me, talk with me, live streams do serve that purpose really well, and just allows me to just focus on, the audience, or focus on the viewer, and take that, and have that interpersonal conversation. Like, take it to the next level. Talk about video games. We got a lot going on with video games. You got Marathon, you got Arc Raiders in an awkward place. I played Arc Raiders a good deal here on this channel. I won't say that I necessarily got bored with it. I understand the game loop. I just don't think the game loop was for me. I understand the appeal, especially when playing online, or especially with playing with, say, like in trios or duos. I can see the appeal there, especially as a viewer, like watching somebody play the game in that way versus solo, which is how I prefer to play the game. Not necessarily the way the game was intended, especially being that developers won't they don't have any plans to add, say, like a PvE dedicated server. I've seen it in comments on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I've seen it on comments on threads, Reddit, all over the place, review threads. I see gamers asking for player versus environment only servers, and players who do PvP saying, "Oh, quit whining. You don't have to play that way." Yada yada. I'm somewhere along the lines. I'm in the middle. I don't routinely engage with other Arc Raiders or other Raiders. When I was playing Arc Raiders, I just wasn't aggressive. I wasn't hostile. Unless a shot came my way and I'm like, ain't no arc around here. That was intended for me. Then I would return suit, right? Dark Forest theory. So then I would return fire. But very rarely did I run into those circumstances. It was really like early on. Towards the end, when I stopped playing, I didn't really run into any aggressive or hostile raiders. I really didn't. But I can see the appeal to wanting a player versus environment only dedicated server, to where it just eliminates any hostility between players. But to me, the arc as an enemy type just isn't as diverse, or there isn't like any uniqueness behind them as an enemy type. A lot of copied and paste enemies that essentially function the same way, do the same attack or what have you. They just have a different coat of paint on them, right? So there isn't enough. Um, there isn't like enough. How can you put it? There isn't enough enemy types. There you go. There isn't enough enemy types to warrant a player versus only environment. I think that there's a desperate need for some type of bipedal or humanoid like arc enemy type, something that isn't as difficult to take down on your own. Because you get one or two fireflies or whatever, things can get sticky very fast. Let alone if one of the hornets show up. Most of the ground enemy types, I had to do some weird hack, like jump on top of a car or trap them in a building and go hide and shoot them. I had to do something that breaks the mechanics of the game, that doesn't make it feel like I'm actually dominating in a game. I'm just hacking the game to achieve whatever, superficial loot that's going to come out. So you know, I understand the loop, but player versus only environments, there may need to be more content added to the game, because one of the things that I like as a predominantly player versus environment raider, if you will, is that regardless of how many arc will ever spawn on the map, or the arc just being a constant overlooming threat, there's nothing like that constant residual threat for every raider you see. Will they or won't they? Will they help you or will they not help you? Will they take advantage of your health while you down and take your loot? So it's like that factor alone makes it worth not having a player versus environment only dedicated server. Keeping the game as it is, as is. If you want to play in a squad, you play in a squad, you squad up. If you want to go out there solo, like I have numerous times, then you go out there solo. Catchy Catchy says hi. What's up? Carby? Kately. Ah, I better start wearing my glasses for these vertical lives. I don't have the luxury of a large monitor like we do at our big streams. Well, welcome to the stream. Again, going vertical isn't something we do a lot here on the channel, but because I was super late with the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth stream, getting that up. I say, you know what? I've been just been eager to experiment with the vertical stream, just test the infrastructure, um, and it was a good. We got good results because the first live stream was an L stream. We had good momentum, started out great, but then I didn't have any audio for some reason. My Rodecaster, the Rode Pro, just wasn't registering or emitting any sound. You said, and this is good. Gabriel Sanchez, what's going on, Gabriel? Welcome to the show, the Vertical Show. Anyway, we might do more of these, but welcome to the Vertical Show, Gabriel. Gabriel said this is good. I appreciate. I mean, hopefully everything looks good. Hopefully the audio is well rounded. Again, I won't know until I can play it back and just test to see how this format works. I want to do more of this, especially outside of the live streaming studio, especially for channel members. I'm telling you, we have some fun and exciting content, exclusive content coming up for channel members. So, one, we got a lot of first time faces in the chat here. Consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free. It only takes a second, and I greatly would appreciate it. But consider hitting that, consider hitting that, consider hitting that subscribe button for me, y'all, because you're gonna want to stay in the loop as a subscriber, nonetheless. I mean, hopefully, you wanted to support the content as you come on board and watch more videos. And I have more mini docs scheduled down the pipeline. The Xbox mini doc, super fun. Took a lot of creative stress, if you will, and I really wanted to get that doc out in a timely manner. And it was short. I was targeting like 50 minutes, but you know, it, all things considered, you have to really have a strong just video presence and just voice if you're going to cut a video that long and expect it to do well. But the Xbox doc did fantastic. It went viral. It went viral, and it's all because of viewers like y'all here right now that we was able to get that documentary to go mini viral, if you will. I said viral because it's the best performing video on this channel and my channel with over 4,000 subscribers, the tech channel. It's the fourth or fifth highest one that I've published over there, but it's definitely the highest here on this channel at some 12,000 views. Um, that's the most here on this channel. So it's doing numbers. It's setting a record, and it's helped us blow up, blow out. It's helped us blow up for sure. And we have so many new viewers that's come over and subscribers that's come over from that video, from finding that video. So I consider you, being one of them. And subscribe. I can't even really read that. But welcome to the show. Hit that like button for me, Tiara. I'd appreciate it. All the support goes a long way. Like button, subscribe button. Just consider joining this community. We go live, with the exception of vertical lives like this one. It was the first one I've done. Sorry, we do go live, 10, 15 plus hours a week, horizontal. I could switch. No, I can't switch it up because I'm on YouTube's native camera. But I want to take channel members on a live tour of the studio, see all the equipment I use, and future plans to upgrade said equipment. But I didn't want FOMO to be the reason why we don't push forward and really double down and grow this gaming community here at SMT Gaming. But yeah, keep the again. It's an impromptu. Ask me anything. We talked about sports early in the stream. Talked about what NFL. Talked about college basketball. Talk about some of my favorite games. I want to know what are some of your favorite games. Hopefully, we will be entertaining enough to earn your subscription. Usher the singer? I appreciate that, Cameron. Cameron, welcome to the community. I would play my air horn, but it's connected with the stream deck. It's connected to the big computer. Again, I know YouTube likes to funnel out vertical live streams over on the short shelf, so I know we're reaching a wide range of viewers, and so this is pretty awesome. Just an opportunity to just interact. I also build computers. That's what I started on this platform doing, was running the tech channel as Super Meta Tech. Over 4,000 subscribers. Been at it for 8 years on that channel. Some fun and exciting how to and builds over there. But deep down inside, the Remake Integrate is the only console game we've streamed here on this channel. Everything else has been PC games. That's what we predominantly talk about. We predominantly play. And we predominantly stream. I also stream NASCAR 25 quite a bit, but I played that more off stream than I did on stream because I just didn't know if we had a solid audience. If people actually wanted to see more of that, more NASCAR 25 content. I just haven't revisited it. There's been some pretty solid updates though. That's some quality of life updates that does make it worth with just hear me out, possibly exploring and going back to it. Okay, nice, Cameron. Do you watch college basketball? I believe it, or yeah, that was you who brought up college basketball earlier. Or somebody brought up college basketball. But do you watch NBA? Who's your favorite team? And I don't watch baseball. I used to 15, 20 years ago. I coached a youth baseball league, CAA. Shout out to them. I don't know if they're operating still, but I coached a baseball team, and I haven't played baseball in a while, and only really watched the back part of a club season, especially if it was the Yankees, because I like watching the Yankees play, among other clubs. But baseball is kind of like how I am with NASCAR. I don't really care who the team is. I just want to watch the sport. But I haven't watched baseball in a very long time, very long time. Oh, a Lakers fan, nice. Yeah, see, I grew up a Lakers fan. I watched basketball for the longest time when Kobe was first drafted by Charlotte by the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I mean? Then he was traded to the Lakers because he ain't want to play for them. I was an instant fan and and was a Lakers fan all the way up to that point. Even going back and watching old Jerry West, you know what I mean, and Magic videos and Magic games from back in the day, just because I liked the franchise. When Kobe retired, I retired, and I just followed players. Some of my favorite players though here recently, Steph Curry, Stephen Curry. I like him when I play myself. Again, I wasn't out here trying to earn no contract or nothing like that, no NBA contract, no college scholarship or nothing like that. But I did play competitively enough that we did talk a fair good amount of trash on the court. But some of my favorite players to watch, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry. I like Stephen Curry because he's all the wild shooting and running around he likes to do. I play a very similar style. I like Kevin Durant. Was a fan of Kevin Durant even back when they were still Oklahoma City before they became the Thunders. Before they became Oklahoma City Thunder, I forgot. Super Oklahoma. There was something Seattle. I think they were Seattle Supersonics, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm not that far off. But yeah, I like Kevin Durant, and that's about it. I tried to watch a basketball game last year, and I just said no. I think I'd just rather go play a video game. Current NBA is just not for me, not for me. Especially when I'm in the NASCAR motorsport and NFL. I'm starting to feel that way about the NFL. You know, football too is being just in a weird place. Like, what's up with the talent, especially on the defensive side? I feel like defense has taken a back seat in the NFL in the past few years. And Cameron says, "Yeah, okay, yeah, yep. I thought that was you who brought that up. Yeah, no, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, don't really watch a lot of college basketball, and I just got done going on a whole diatribe about how I don't watch NBA. But sign me up for them other sports in a heartbeat. I do miss playing basketball though. Like I do miss playing basketball. There's this local nonprofit in my area that offers a youth basketball league, and the coaches meeting this tomorrow. I would love to try to make it. I'm back and forth with emailing the director or the CEO of the nonprofit to see what the schedule is like, because I don't want to commit to something, go there, and then I can't, and then there's a scheduling conflict with my, with my 9 to 5, and then even the running the YouTube, which I dare say it, call it a part time, because it doesn't feel like a part time job. If you know, you know, but to really take your channel and to get it to the next place, you gotta treat it like a full time job. UX. Oh, you ask your movies. I'm not sure about by the question, T, but I will say I'm a big movie fan. I don't think we talk about that enough, but earlier, a few years ago, I had launched a movie podcast with the old high school buddy of mine, and it did really good, it did very well, and that's because I enjoy talking about movies and watching all types of movie genres, not like Western and things, but uh, I do like watching movies, and but I'm a DC fan. I'm a DC fan, in case you can't tell or notice, but we do got the DC sign up there and some other stuff that I took down from the previous version of the studio to make space to make it more gaming related. But I like DC. But I've seen all of your most recent comic book stuff. I got some differentiated opinions. I'm a little biased to BVS because I'm a Batman fan. And I am definitely a Slytherin for my HP fans out there. If there's any out there, you know, it looks like I'm sticking to the books and the classic stuff. I don't think I'm going to touch any of the new stuff. Did I watch? Does that say Grey Wolf? Oh, that's a dope name. Is that from Metal Gear Solid? Your name inspired from Metal Gear Solid? Well, Grey Wolf, welcome to the community. Welcome to the channel, family. Consider hitting that like button if you haven't yet. Subscribe if you're new. We love to have you here as a member of the community. It's part of the reason why we will in all likelihood would continue to go vertical more, is to reach new viewers. But to answer your question, I watched the like the Resident Evil movies that were based off of what's her name? Forgot her name. Her, those ones. I've seen them all, and I've had just about a hate love relationship with them since they started coming out. I appreciate and actually kind of like that they tried to do something different and not just retell the same story that we got in the games, and just have a totally different character, introduction to a character that wasn't in the games. So I do like that. The movies though could have been a little better. The Welcome to Raccoon City, forget about it. And I did watch the Netflix show, the most recent Resident Evil Netflix show. I did watch that, and it was okay. It wasn't anything to like batch it. I really just want to see how everything was going to connect. But Resident Evil has just been in a weird place, live action wise, cinematic wise. That to me, their games have always felt like the best way to experience them in a borderline movie. They've always like aspired to realistic like graphics, especially during their cutscenes and things, as much as possible. Really, taking it up a notch in Resident Evil 7, in my honest opinion. Resident Evil 7, probably one of the best Resident Evil movies. If you catch what I'm throwing, if you're putting up what I'm putting down, okay. What to me was just a well-rounded story that you got to take a part of, right? You got to experience as Ethan. Village, Village was okay. It was a little over the top. I'm glad they brought it back down in Requiem, and I bought Requiem. We have Requiem. I was going to live stream it, but then everybody was live streaming. I'm like, well, what's the point now? Everybody's live streaming. You know the game, you see it. There's nothing much. I'm gonna play it and give you a different spin on how to go unlock a puzzle or find a key. I'm gonna have to do the same thing that the other streamer did. So I didn't live stream it. I probably will talk about it though in a podcast episode, but I didn't live stream it. And I've played all of the Resident Evils, not all the spin-offs, but all of the main entry ones, for sure. Since director's cut, Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's Resident Evil 6. Some people loved it, most people hated it. I don't know where you might fall in the lines. I was I just know. I didn't finish it. One of the only next to Village. Those are the only two Resident Evil games I didn't finish, and that's because I didn't really like the direction that um, Village was going in. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, for sure, Greg. Well, I guess I'm a little late. I'm a little late to your comment, but I guess you heard me going on about my mini explanation about the games. Yeah, love the games. I don't. Do I have a favorite one? I mean, they're all great. It's a hard talk. I mean, Resident Evil 4, hands down, it just made me fall back in love with the franchise. Totally, they took Resident Evil 4, they reinvented, or with Resident Evil 4, they reinvented how Resident Evil played as a game. And then Capcom did the same thing in Resident Evil 7, changed the way how we've ever played a Resident Evil game. And then here we are in 9, Requiem, and we're getting a little bit of best of both worlds. And I'm okay with that. I just recently watched the Silent Hill movie though, and goodness gracious, was that I rented it. I rented it. If I bought movie tickets for that, oh my goodness, I'd have been asking for a refund. You like anime and you black? Okay, solid man. Hey man, we all inclusive around here. Pretty good stuff, bro. Okay, I'm a soft casual anime fan, and I tell you, here's how casual I am. I like Dragon Ball. Enough said, right? I like Dragon Ball. Some stuff, some art styles and some things I do like that, I watch. And I did watch like Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched that for a good while. I watched Demon Hunter, Demon Slayer, I'm sorry. I watched Demon Slayer, you know what I mean? For a few good arcs, all the way up until his sister when she first walked in the sunlight. See, that's how long it's been. I can't remember the names. It's a disgrace to anime that I'm not even going to, you know, further further insult the anime community. But I am a casual fan of anime. But nothing here recently. No, I don't really watch don't really watch a lot of anime. Grade the Wolf said like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm all for it. If that's an encouragement to get those likes up, I'm all for it. I appreciate that. I appreciate the like hype. Please do because I'm enjoying this, impromptu AMA. It was a good replacement for the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth show. But if you do want to catch us playing, if you do want to catch us playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, we will be back at it live Friday. Fact, reflex that stream while we're here live now. Get assisting in brothers. Got assisting in brother. Okay, maybe I read that wrong. Or maybe you just need just a little bit more context for his Tierra. But I really wish we got the trailer for part 3, the Final Fantasy VII remake. I really do. If anything, the trailer. I can deal with the game not coming out until 2027, January. Yeah, you might as well say a full year from now. Long time for that game to cook, and they must have a lot of things they gotta, iron out and get right. But I'm okay if it takes that long. But we just scheduled it out, so definitely new time viewers, man. Subscribe so you can catch that when we do go live. You're not gonna want to miss that. Can't believe I can't. I more so can't believe that the adapter wasn't trying to work, family. Like that was crazy. But yeah, Tierra, what were you trying to say in your chat or with your comment? We had a few good comments come this way. I was talking about DC. Yes, love DC as a property. Most of their movies, although I can't say that without admitting that the DC EU was a mess. The best thing that came out of that was the Batman warehouse scene, Wonder Woman one. It was. And we're not even going to mention 1984. Okay, just Wonder Woman 1. That's all you need to know. Aquaman 1 was good for an Aquaman movie. Sequel was even started on a sequel. And Man of Steel. I still think Man of Steel. I stand by Man of Steel. I do have I do have siblings. I do. And I love them dearly. But yeah, Man of Steel. I still think Man of Steel is one of the best Superman movies that's come out here as of late, as of recently. And I still think it was the best thing that came out of Warner Brothers in the past decade, hands down. And sure as hell do think it was better than James Gunn's Superman movie. I think James Gunn's Superman movie was great for the audience he was trying to capture and the vibe he was setting. But damn, if that was not my Superman, bro, getting beat up and walked up and down like that. And here we've been trying to beg for a Superman game that could be done right. Yeah, it'd be hard, but it can be done. It can be done. Maybe even if we have to throw him off planet or something like that, and really give him like formidable foes, ones that could fly, ones you know what I mean. Speaking of video games, because I also just watched Predator Badlands. Oh dear goodness, Predator Badlands. I had to remind myself that I was even watching a Predator movie. All it kept doing was making me want to play a modern open world Predator game. And then I was reading on IMDb some interviews that the director, I forgot his name, about as much as I forgot most of the cool or things about the movie. Even the director said that he was inspired and would like to see, he would, love and kill to see an open world Predator game. And I'm watching this movie and I'm like, this screams open world Predator game. Like, put us on an alien planet with strong, alien wildlife or whatever. Maybe other Yachua hunting you. Maybe even some Xenos in the mix to really spice it up and give us all of the different gadgets and things that the Yachua use in an open world setting. So imagine your cloak, imagine your boomerang, or whatever that thing was he threw and came back. Imagine that bow and arrow like Deck had in Badlands. You know what I mean? Imagine it explodes after, you know what I mean? As a fun, a death scene because you lose or whatever. Or just the little stealth animations you can have with their retractable blade that goes in. I mean, come on, man. That'd be dope. Even the visor, and you can like upgrade it. That'd be really neat. Sign me up. And I'm watching Deck heal himself. They got all the things you need in the open world game. They got the little instant heal glue that you can use to heal yourself. Go back to your ship to refill your ammo and upgrade your equipment to level up, all those things. Please give us an open world Predator game. Sorry, Alpha. Alpha says, shake your tongue for a like. That's the first time I think I've ever did that. I mean, so awkward. Now, give me that like, though. I want to see that like go up now, Alpha. It's good to see you, though. So weird. I don't think I ever did anything like that for a like. I've danced, I've rapped. I don't think I've shook my tongue. Is what? Sometimes I'm walking myself into a into a joke with that one. But yeah, back to this to the core subject matter I was just talking about, and that was one DC because I was talking about the games over in general because yes, we love to see a Predator Badlands open world game, but most importantly, where the hell is all the new Warner Brother games at? Suicide Squad, whatever the Justice League, fear of not getting demonetized. I'm not even going to say it, but that game was not the look. Arkham Knight was good. I liked Arkham Knight. I still think that we need a modern Green Arrow, kind of not completely open world, but something very much along the lines of the Arkham games. Maybe even putting Ollie over by like ship ports and maybe having him go out on a yacht, maybe having to level out on an island or something like that. You know what I mean? But definitely need a Green Arrow open world game. Wonder Woman would be a little too OP too. She is a demigoddess. But you know what I mean? We desperately need a new either Batman game, and there was word down the pipeline that there was one down the pipeline, but we didn't see anything in the last past gaming shows. I mean, you have to, it's going to take more than a like to know that. It's going to take more than a like to know that. But yeah, open world games, we need new, fresh variety. Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy Rebirth was barely an open world game. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. That's another question that is I am not qualified for. Oh man, that's early in this live stream. I was telling you, vertical YouTube is crazy work. It's crazy work, but I love it though. I love it. All that energy. Just make sure we're also hitting the like button for me too. It doesn't look like it's going up any since one. I shook my tongue for who was that? Alpha. Alpha just came through. Wanted me to share. I did it and they just bounced. They didn't even hit the like button for us. Mako Bravo. Do you watch The Shy? I do not. Is that the crime show? I'm not even sure what that is. But no, I know. I tell you what, I don't watch it. What is that? I don't think I watched that. Gonna need more context for that question. Look it up. Okay. I have to look it up, but I can tell you I do not watch it though. Is it what is it? Is it an anime? At least give me that, Mako. Mako Bravo. It's about 63rd. Oh, okay. In the shot in Chirac. Okay. It's like a documentary. Very interesting. Oh, okay, no. Okay. 63rd, I think that was what, is King Vaughn and them set? Not sure. Again, not my wheelhouse, you know. I still think deep down inside there was some gamers in a lot of those folks, but I don't know. It's been a little quiet out that way, I will say. But I don't live out there, so I can't tell you. Can't tell you. But nope, over here, man, just a lot of live. We just play games out here. We just we just play games out here. The video game type. That's it. What games do I play? So between what I stream and also, you know what I mean, when I'm not streaming, that's always my go-to is always going to be role playing games, open world role playing games, JRPGs, adventure games, story driven games like Resident Evil, because not necessarily an open world game, but it very much is a story centric, story driven one. Classic story driven games like your Dino Crisis and your Silent Hills and your Resident Evils, your Final Fantasy in terms of role playing games, your Skyrims, things like that, Fallout. Um, Those are the type of games that I really like to play. But I also like to play. I also will play like sports games. So I like playing Madden. And here recently, I like playing NASCAR 25. But I've been playing Madden since Madden 97. So it's been a mainstay in my gaming repertoire for almost 30 years now. So that's up there along the lines of my favorite. I don't really do fighting games. I used to like Mortal Kombat story, but it just I don't know what the hell happened in Mortal Kombat story and Mortal Kombat between Mortal Kombat One and Mortal Kombat, uh, yeah, Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat One, whatever. The last two Mortal Kombat, they just I don't know. The story got real convoluted for no reason at all. Like real stretchy with the multiverse. Like it got weird. And I do not like what they did to the tournament. They softened the tournament now. And Liu Kang's new realm, world reality he built, the Mortal Kombat tournament shouldn't even be called Mortal Kombat because it's not till death do us part. It's round based. So it's not even technically Mortal Kombat. So I don't know, but I did. I used to like Mortal Kombat for the story. Go figure. Most people don't play fighting games for the stories, but Mortal Kombat did have a fairly decent one, especially with Mortal Kombat. Like after what 5 or 6 or something like that, and didn't really play Street Fighter, Soul Calibur. Loved Injustice. Justice I did play. Very strong story. Loved the comic book. Loved the animated movie that came out. But that about it for your boy. And racing sim, it's going to be NASCAR 25. Although the new Forza, the one that takes place in Japan, does look good. And we do have the Logitech G923 sitting here collecting dust. I'd move the camera, but there's too many politics involved. But we do got the Logitech G923 here collecting dust. So we'll love to try that out in Forza. But just those type of games. I have some of my favorite games up here on the wall, like Fallout. You can't see it, but it's right there. Fallout and Arkham Origins. Love Arkham. Love the Arkham series in general. Probably one of my favorite um, video game franchises. Hands down, man. Hands down. Do I love Do I love Resident Evil? I do. I think the story has it's evolved kind of like the many strains of the T virus over the past few years. I think the story has evolved. I think the world of Resident Evil has evolved. It's gone global. It's gone nationwide, and there's now different strains. And you got the mold, and different types of viruses that mutate differently and introduce new zombies. But love is a strong word. And I tell you what, I've purchased and played nearly every single one. So if there's any signs and indicators that I do, then that is definitely one of them. But I haven't played Resident Evil Requiem yet. So being a little bit of a contrarian there. They're trying to make me pay. Well, that sucks. Who is the they? Mako says especially specifically for Socrates. That's a very deep introspective question. Says if ever you're doing is your power, what are you without it? That's deep. I don't know. I mean, I guess you got to have a wide range of powers, or you know, this is why Batman's one of my favorite characters. What's his superpower? How you take away his superpower? That was the only thing you played MK4. Right, I feel you. I feel you, Pep man. I mean, it was one of the reasons why I originally played Mortal Kombat, especially even back in the day. I would still follow along the little text at the bottom of the screen, trying to pull myself into the story to understand why are these men and women fighting each other to the death, mind you. And then we got the movie back in the day, and it just really opened up the story to a wide range. We did have the Street Fighter movie, but it's the Street Fighter movie. Mortal Kombat 1, solid. Mortal Kombat 2, Annihilation, yeah, some things that were cool about it, some things that wasn't. And these new Mortal Kombat movies, forget about it. Not a fan. Not a fan. Have ever played the Yakuza games? I have not. Um, One of my kids do play it. They've been recommended to me, but I have not played it. Do you play? Do you play Pep? And what is the most recent one you have played? That's a long name. You can just tell them we say hello to them too. And well, I wouldn't say they're the best, but they're the best to me. I think that Spider Man is one of the most well rounded Marvel characters written over there on the Marvel side, and probably one of my favorites, mainstay for sure. And Batman, I mean, again, just the absolute peak form of a human being. And Batman, superpower, well, can you essentially truly take it away from him? He's a master of all senses. So if you blind him, he's going to exploit his hearing and other things. So, his superpower is always with him. But they're two of my favorites, especially between, both publishers. Petman says, start with Yakuza Zero. It has one of the best game stories I've seen in a while. Oh, nice. Okay, well, I love me a good game story, so we might have to definitely check that out. Says it has a good game story, and working on three. Oh, working on three right now. It's the fourth game though. Okay. Yeah, no, I haven't. And if anything, when it comes down to like that, because I do have to, or games like that, I do have to pick and choose because time is an almighty asset that once you spend it, you can't get it back. So even when you do have it to spend, you have to choose wisely on what you wanted to spend doing it. For me, that's typically um, playing video games or watching movies, and I absorb both forms of media first and foremost for their story content or their story elements. This is always going to be a must for movies and TV shows because it's a visual type of media, right? It's a visual form of media that you're taking in. Versus a video game, video games are interactive. Video games are meant to be played. It's okay though with what I've always said and considered with putting the controller down, excuse me, having a breather and letting the characters move start to play the game for you, if that makes sense. That's what a good narrative in a game and a good story, a story and a good game can do for you. And so far, from the sounds of it, Yakuza might be one of those. I might have to try that out. But if I can't play it, then I'll also just watch like the story walkthrough of it. If I don't have time to play, if I just got like an hour or hour and a half or something, I just want to familiarize myself with the game lore. I'll just watch. I'll just maybe watch a gameplay story video, something like that. Jason says, I'm playing Expedition 33. Okay, Claire Scare. Nice. I like the plot. It's awesome, but the storyline is underwhelming to me. Um, and Claire Scare, I know it was an indie, like, it's a turn-based game, right? Turn-based RPG, very JRPG esque, and it looked good. I see it. I think it just hit the Xbox Game Pass. So if you have the Xbox Game Pass, it's definitely well worth at least the download, install, and try. If you already paid your subscription, you're already playing other games. It's no loss to you, other than the almighty click or tick that we talked about, and that's time. Won't cost you much, but I did see 33 is on the Xbox Game Pass. Might have to get a download and try it off camera. Again, it's another game that was streamed all to hell, so everybody's played it, everybody's seen it. So again, watching me play it might not be anything new. Um, but how is it so far, Jason? Are you enjoying it? That sucks. The storyline is underwhelming because again, I play a game, good game for the storyline first and foremost. First and foremost, this is the reason why I had to make that Crimson Desert video we published. If you haven't checked that one out, go ahead and check that one out, man. What's up, JC? It's good to see you, family. JC says hi. What's up, JC? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the impromptu vertical chat. But yeah, I didn't I put down or I was forced to make that Crimson, not forced. Because Crimson Desert Story is horrible. It's not just underwhelming, it's non existent. I played the game for an hour and 52 minutes, talked about it in a 15-minute plus video. in the most recent videos. There's no description box or nothing like that. But I swear to you, anytime you pop off this vertical live and you want more of my content, all the live streams, everything is left as they are for your viewing pleasure. But I did publish my take or my thoughts on Crimson Desert, and it was not great. It was not good. I did not have a good time playing the game. The story was borderline put me to sleep. An hour plus minute into it, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I said in that video when I was very critical of Crimson Desert and still pointed out some positives about the game because it wasn't all just gloom and doom with it. There were some caveats worth Pearl Abyss getting some recognition for. The game's optimization being one of them. The game ran really well on PC, especially we stream at 2560 by 1440p, a higher resolution, more pixels than 1920 by 1080p on 165 hertz monitor, and the game ran smooth, looked great at times, no color popping, no textures popping in and out, nothing was popping at all. Everything but the damn story. That's the one thing that wasn't popping. And the character dialogue was horrible. Like one of the worst I experienced in a high fantasy, mind you, a high fantasy game. And the NPCs were dull. It's bad enough NPCs have this bad rep associated with them anyway, as it is, of being just dull and stoic and all that stuff. But the lines, you know, were about as entertaining as watching paint dry. I don't know. I just knew the game's main character, Cliff. The Gray Mains had some issue with the black bears, the brown bears, both species of bears. I don't know. But like I mentioned in that video, it should not take that long for you to comfortably get used to the game and know what to expect, especially from a narration perspective. I use Final Fantasy VII Remake as an example. Because I said in the first 30 minutes of Resident Evil 7 Remake, whether you've played the OG or not, you have a good idea of what's going on in the story. You know what to expect. You get introduced to Cloud, Avalanche, Shinra, all that jazz. In Crimson Desert, I mean, you get some sloppy exposition, little dialogue, cutscene, yada yada, skip combat, yada yada, skip science fiction, fantasy, yada yada, skip right back into medieval. All while trying to maneuver around some of the most clumsiest controls and mechanics I've came across in an open world game. Damn near in a very long time. At one point, I thought it was going to feel and play like Shadow of Mordor. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm getting Shadow of Mordor. I'm getting Assassin's Creed vibes. This is okay. And then expectations circumvented. That just was not the case. It's horrible. Let me get caught up in the chat here really quick. Jason said, is it awesome? I think they're referring to one of the games mentioned earlier. And Pep says, yeah, I would say it's kind of long. Oh, talking about the Yakuza games. In reference to the Yakuza games, Pep said, yes, I will say it's kind of long, but that's only because I can't help but do all the side content. And that's why some games I like playing off camera. I understand the side content isn't always fun. It isn't always sexy or attractive, but in Rebirth, early on, I did like doing some of the side stuff, and I did most of that stuff off camera. And it will definitely extend the longevity of a game. Bloated, albeit sure, a little bit, yeah, but if you're okay with the loop, if you can adjust and find ways to still make the gameplay loop challenging to you, then it's worth getting stuck in the loop, for hours on hours on end. I've referenced it in my Crimson Desert video, but I said, if you pay $70 for a game, you at least want to get at least 70 good solid hours of gaming out of that piece of media. So you can say at least you got $1 an hour of entertainment from playing that game. We welcome JC, and JC is still with us, JC. Jason said, close to the end of Expedition 33, the first 30 minutes was fun. Okay. Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. You knew from just the first 30 minutes of playing You know what I mean? Of playing 33. That this is something I want to continue to play. You got introduced to the controls, the story, you know, how the combat is handled, what the sound design is like, what the weapon design is like, how intuitive is the UI. You got all those things in 33, the first 30 minutes. And like Jason said, it was fun. And the third and last act was a superb twist. I'm 100 imaginary air horn. Bam, 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 bam. I still can't wait till we get back on the big streaming setup. But 139 hours in and only still playing because I'm cheap and I want my money's worth. LOL. That right there. I didn't even see that comment before I went on my little diatribe about getting your money's worth out of your game. Good rule of thumb. I mean, you go to the movie tickets, rather you go, let's just say you plus one in it, you and another person, rather be friend, partner, mate, whatever. You know, it's like $30 for just the tickets on average here. And that's about two and a half worth of entertainment for $30. But imagine how much hours of entertainment a video game has to offer for the price we pay. $70, or I don't even think Claire Obscura released that $70 price point. But 139 hours of just pure entertainment, and you're barely scratching the surface. You haven't, it's just the tip of the iceberg, if you will. That is definitely money's worth. I'm kind of there with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I didn't pay for it new. I got it on sale, $32. But well over that in terms of hours. We're 60 hours in, and I didn't do a lot of the side stuff. You can easily dump like 33 over 100 hours plus in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Remake too. So if you bought those games on sale now, good value for your money at those price points. And because the game is fun, the loop is fun. I can tell out of an hour and 52 minutes of playing Crimson Desert that I was not going to want to play another damn near 5 minutes of it. I didn't even know about Epic's return policy, the 2 hour limit. I didn't even know about that, family. I didn't. It was by luck that I was just like, oh, because I sat down. I said, I'm not going to stream it. I will capture footage for, for the review, the ongoing review, whatever that looks like. But I had a sour taste in my mouth after the first hour and 52 minutes. So I said, you know what if I wanted to refund? Let me see something. I never, the thought never came across my mind to refund a digitally bought game. I've never done it before. I had to look up how you even did the refund, start the refund process over on the Epic Game Store. And I saw that, okay, yeah, you can't play the game for more than 2 hours, and under 2 hours you get your money back. I'm not even going to ask what happens if you still play over 2 hours and you still want your money back. I don't know. Don't want to be in that category. I say you don't need to eat the whole cow to know you eating meat, right? Jason said it paid 33 for 30 minutes. It'd be cool if it was 33 minutes, but no, it's all good. Jason played 33 for 30 minutes and instantly knew that this game is fun. This game is doing all the things right. I want to keep playing. I can see myself dumping twice as much, three times as much as that in this game. I did not see it with Crimson Desert. It was almost getting to the point where I was only going to be playing it for the content. As much as I love playing video games here with y'all and just talking about them and reacting to them, the day that that's what games feels like, then I've lost the reason why we even play them. And I don't ever want to have to process that, that thought logic. I really don't. Sparta Rules, what's up, family? It's good to see you, Sparta Rules. Man, Sparta Rules found the vertical stream. That's interesting. What's up, family? Longtime viewer, supporter of the SMT verse, period. Just talking about games, experimenting with the vertical live stream, Sparta Rules. Just talking about different games, role playing games, Final Fantasy, Claire Expedition 33 or Claire Obscure Expedition 33, getting good value, and all the stuff we've talked about in previous live streams, just about all over the place. Appreciate you popping through. Sparta Rules, definitely hit that like button. I know you're already subscribed to the channel, so definitely pop that like button for us. For all viewers who pop in, if you're unable to stay, I appreciate. I understand, but definitely you can hit that like button for me coming in. That's okay. I mean, that's fine. Never asked for it, and that's fine. I actually have one of those too. But that's funny. I never asked for it. Not this whole stream, and very rarely do I. Do I? I'm a firm believer that if you want to give your money away, you should be getting something in return for that, something of good value. I would just ask you to sign up as a channel member. Super chats, all those things are fine, good and dandy, right? That's just like your reward for being entertaining. Like if you can throw dollars on the stage to your favorite comedian because they nailed a joke or whatever, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would. I'm pretty sure the comedian would appreciate that as well, but they don't ask for it. But I'm sure they wouldn't turn it. They wouldn't kick it off the stage, pretty much. But it's nonetheless though. It's good to see you. Good to see you go too. That's fine as well. I hope they hit the like button for it before they dip though. We went up a few, so maybe they did. But that's the interesting, beautiful world of vertical live stream. I mean, you just never know. Yeah, probably. And you know what, Pep, they probably were, and that's all good and dandy too. I really hope they just hit the like button before they dip, though. I would have definitely appreciated that. But I mean, they did lay out some very interesting questions for the uninitiated. I do have a full time job, by the way. If I didn't, if I was you all, I'd be questioning why the hell am I not live more often then? Or where the hell is the content at if I wasn't? If I didn't have a full time job and the content was coming out not as often as it should, then if I was a member in this community, I'd be raising questions. I'm like, well, dude, you don't work. Where the hell is the content at? But I do work 40 plus hours a week, you know, for the record. And video games aren't cheap. So support is always welcomed. Video games aren't cheap. That correlates and that's relevant to, what I was mentioning about getting your value out of your money. Jason says, when I retire, I'm going to stream myself playing Battletoads for Nintendo until I die and never beat it. Battletoads is classic. I mean, that's classic gaming right there. I mean, you'd be probably playing on like the Nintendo 7, Nintendo Switch 7, Nintendo Switch 10. I don't even want to imagine. It will not be in my lifetime. That's for sure. Eventually I will plateau and hit a point where I'm like, the next console, it won't be in my lifetime. Maybe that's 7, 8, PlayStation 7 or 8 after that. I won't be around for the next one. I don't think I'll see the PlayStation 10, but it's no here or there. I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna keep playing video games till I can't play them no more. Till I lose my eyesight, lose all functionality. Video games are so therapeutic to me, anyway. You know what I mean? Spider Rule says lately the only games I've been playing and that's been keeping me happy is Counter Strike and Resident Evil Requiem. We were talking about Resident Evil Requiem earlier. How are you liking Resident Evil Requiem? Are you playing on your new monitor, the one you had just recently got? Resident Evil Requiem was definitely the subject. The whole Resident Evil franchise was definitely the subject of this vertical stream for a lengthy part of it too. Okay, do I like competitive games and mostly? I mean, yeah, mostly single. No, I do like competitive games. I just suck at them, bro. If I'm being honest with you, Pep. If y'all see me, if you've historically seen, what's up, Sleeves? Good to see you, family. What's up, bro? If you see me play competitive like Battlefield, like I played Battlefield, I was actually pretty good at Battlefield. But the most competitive games I play and probably will play a lot going forward will probably be like your Maddens, maybe NASCAR 25. It is competitive and actually kind of hard racing online against real people. Not gonna lie. Um, but like your Call of Duties and things, if you see a Call of Duty stream pop up, if I'm not playing it with like if I'm not collaborating with somebody like Sleaze, another creator, if y'all see me pop up playing Call of Duty, it's because it's time for y'all to get your roast on because I'm not that competitive. I play and it's only fun and entertaining to watch because I'm not that good at it. I thought I could be competitive in Arc Raiders, but what I like about Arc Raiders is counterintuitive to what makes the game fun, and that was what I was mentioning earlier, and that's watching. You know what I mean? Like watching people or going dropping into, top side in a squad or something like that. I mean, I could see the appeal there, but that's not why I like to play the game. It's not competitive, but no, not the most competitive, and that's mainly because I'm a solo gamer, a heavy introverted gamer. I'm from back in the day where when we did play multiplayer, you were right next to your friend or whatever. You were right next to the person you're playing against. So that's like your Super Smash Brothers, your Mario Karts, your Mortal Kombat's, Madden's, NBA Live, NBA 2K, No Mercy, WWE. I mean, all those games playing right there next to a person is what made them fun from a competitive nature. You could trash talk. They were sitting right there. You can trash talk them right there, and that's what made it fun. Competitive games, though, I do understand the entertainment appeal to them. I think I also tried with Warzone a little bit, but again, I like playing Warzone solo style, and that's not the like the best way to watch somebody play that game. It's at least with duos. So that's something I got to consider and link up with. But yeah, Spider will say, yeah, it was interesting. Pep says, "Do you have a race sim setup?" No, I'm very casual with my race setup. I just got the Logitech G923 with the pedal, and it's mounted to the desk here. When I did play NASCAR 25, well, I just pushed the keyboard back a little bit, stayed in this chair, had the pedal down there underneath the table, and just had the steering wheel, the G923, mounted to the desk, and I played with that. But I've seen some rigs that looked pretty dope, and if I had more space in this studio setup, because on this side is like our media side and where we watch like movies and TV shows and things. I don't have the space to go full like iRacing race setup, but I would love to, because most people don't realize that about me, but I am a racing fan. But I would love to have a race sim setup, man. I've seen some really good ones, Pep, some really good ones. Slee says, "Yeah, I like PVE and Arc. I'm trash at player versus player. Yeah, and I've been watching some of your PVE, some of your PVE streams, and I'm even in some of the threads that I see on X and other websites and other threads more so, that even your diehard PvPers are more so looking at it like, yo, we need something else. Even hunting down other raiders isn't as fun anymore as it used to 2 3 months ago. And the game's been out for less than 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. It's been about less than 6 months. The game hasn't been out that long. And even your diehard loyal fan base are starting to turn their head to it and say, hey, we need a little more. Like, this isn't enough. You know what I mean? Jason says, I was really good at Halo Reach, like pro level. My kill death ratio was okay. Whoa, 17.6. Now I mostly play strategy games that keep my brain working. That's actually pretty good. I can't recommend that enough. Nothing wrong with strategy games. Did you play any of the real time strategy games, the Halo games? I tried playing those competitively, and holy cow, no, I play RTS games just for the story and the fact that it's a different type of top down experience. But Halo Reach, I am a Halo fan quite naturally. You know what I mean? We got the Halo SD ODST poster back there. So I am a Halo fan, but I didn't play a lot of the Halo multiplayer. I played some of three, but I didn't play a lot of the Halo multiplayer. But Reach was a phenomenal game and did a lot for Halo at the time, like with you being able to have the different weapon variations and things. Love me some Halo Reach, but that's a really good KD. Jay said, I'm a UPS driver, so driving games are no fun anymore. Oh, I totally shout out to y'all, man. That job is challenging, and I don't blame you. Nothing that's going to make it feel like work, for sure. Can I follow you? Well, Orlando Marquez, welcome to the stream for starters. Can I follow you where, fam? I follow everybody on Twitter. I very rarely use the Twitter for like Twitter X stuff, but I follow everybody over on Twitter and X. Orlando, where you watching from, fam? Where you watching from? Sleeve said it's getting repetitive, referring to Arc Raiders. We got pause. We got a few more people strolling in. Please, y'all, it's free. It takes a second. Pop that like button for me. Let's get this vertical chat out in front of as many eyes as possible, compensating for the rescheduled uh, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth stream that I had to flex over to Friday, but it will be early. It'll be a 2:45 stream. It's gonna be early for my West Coast friends and other viewers all over the globe. But Sleaze said that it's getting repetitive. That was my issue with Arc Raiders very early on. Was I was okay with the loot, but I'm like, but it's getting repetitive, and it's like for what? And I was having a hard time finding the resources I need to like upgrade my workbenches and stuff. They were just not spawning in the areas that even on they were telling me to look for online. I just couldn't see them. And I said, you know what? I wonder if the game is punishing me for not exploring with the group. Like I'm not getting these higher valuable, loot drops that the game knows I need to upgrade my workbenches and things because I'm going in as a solo raider. So I did feel like I was getting punished for going in as a solo raider, but I needed something of a little bit more of a challenge. The game is not that challenging to me when you play with more than two people. You know what I mean? It's just not, especially against other players. It's just not. You're really just waiting to catch one of them lacking. Richard said Jason's a liar. 17.5 KD is unobtainable at a high level of play. Oh, okay. Pep says Rich, that game probably existed before every game had MMR, which ruined casual multiplayer games. That much is true too. Yeah, that is true. RTS games are fun, but I didn't like the Halo ones. Red Alert 2 is my Command and Conquer. Yes. Air horn for Command and Conquer. Yeah, I like Command and Conquer too. I liked Red Alert too. I got into the RTS genre of Age of Empires. I used to play Age of Empires over a buddy of ours house. A mutual friend for some people in the chat here. But I would play I played, Warcraft, and I was hooked immediately into real time strategy games. I said, I need more of this. So I played Age of Empires 1 and 2, played Command and Conquer. I liked Command and Conquer because I wanted a military style real time strategy game to get away from the fantasy of Age of Empire and high fantasy that was in Warcraft. And I tried Halo's RTS, which felt like it was missing something. Halo Wars is what it was called. Halo Wars 1 and 2. So for me, I stuck with those RTSs for one of the reasons why I've always stuck with Halo in nearly any first person shooter game. And that is the story first. Yes, even Call of Duty. I am the gamer that's playing the campaign first before I play anything else, y'all. That is me. I will admit. So for Halo, it was always about the story first, always about the story, and it was the same thing with the RTSs, but they were, divisive. Yeah, Sleeve said rusted gears are rare as fuck. Facts, and that's what I need to find. I I can't find it. I've went to all the places they say I went to exactly, and it just won't spawn for me. I get rusted parts and all that, but not rusted gears. I think I found one, and I can't remember where I found it to be honest with you, and where I even looted it off. They say look for buses and things. I checked buses and all that, man. I go to the, salvage yards. I go to the places it should be, and they just don't spawn there. And then I get there, and then they're not there, and I'm just like, well, crap. Now what do I do? Just, experience point hunt. That's because that's typically all I find myself doing is just farming for experience points. You know what I mean? Night raids and hurricane raids. I lock on the matriarch and the queen multiple times, and after that is when the game got boring. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I was reading about that too, bro. I was seeing some of the other gamers, other raiders were sharing that same sentiment with the matriarch. I didn't get that far because I didn't really squad up. I didn't really squad up, but the game needs more enemy type. It needs more variety type. I said it earlier in the stream with Arc Raiders. We need like a bipedal humanoid like enemy, something that can infiltrate and maybe stalk you in interiors. I would also say, please, for the love of all things fun and entertaining, dial back the difficulty with the arc. I mean, I really feel like once I get hit once or twice, I'm cooked. If there's two drones and one shooting at me and I get, that little when your shield lock up, that's it. I'm done. You can't outrun them. The reload is slow. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. A Terminator like arc would be really dope, like some type of infiltrator or something like that. I really don't understand why Arc just won't, you know, build an armada and just invade Speranza. But at first, I was all in for Arc Raiders with the story, but then I don't even know what's going on with the story anymore. So I checked out. I'm like, Sleaze, it started getting bored, and then I said, you know what? I think here we go. I'd rather play something else. Richard said, if all you ever played was BTB, you could maybe get a 17 KD, but at that point, you were just cheesing for kills instead of demonstrating skill. Man, I tell you what, we would love to see, but Halo Reach, Halo, in my opinion, you know, like Richard just reminded me, Halo defined the multiplayer scene, if you will, especially in the early Xbox Live days. Like what it truly meant to be competitive with friends in an arena style first person shooter. For me, it was Halo 3. You know, I played a great deal of Halo 3 and Modern Warfare 1 and 2 when they came out. Those were my multiplayer fixes. Those were the games I played a lot of. You know what I'm saying? And had a blast doing it too. Like I was really into it then. I mean, I mic'd up and trash talking, and I'm ranking. I never was really into KD because I've always played the objective, and because especially now with modern first person shooters, everything resets. So to me, it always makes the most sense to I play the objective hard. Pause. You know, Mako said back. It was good, Mako. We're glad you came back. Jason said, if you want Richard, I'll buy Game Pass and take you on a one-to-one of Reach. I'll sponsor it. Pep says that was my rule too with CODs and Halo's campaign. Oh, I thought I was alone. I don't know, man. Y'all, we stumbled upon each other at the right time. I thought I was alone since, I mean, since War at War. I've always said no multiplayer till campaign. When Halo Reach came out, Ron Richards, he was here earlier in the chat. Ron Richards, I grew up with Ron. You know, he was talking about they wanted me to play Halo Reach. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm stuck playing the campaign. I'm taking it in. I am not rushing this. Y'all be easy. Be easy. Y'all know how, like we say at the end of every stream video, be easy. I'm going to take my time. This campaign is cooking. And Halo Reach did all the way up to that end, man. Shoot. I tell you what, Halo Reach was peak Halo. It really, if you think about what came after that, Guardians and Five and Infinite, nah, man, Halo Reach was peak Halo. Not my favorite Halo. My favorite Halo is still gonna be ODST. Still my favorite Halo. So he says they added 2 new arcs this last update. It's finally kind of hard to fight, but once you know how to kill everything, it gets easy. Right. I was in a raid and I watched a raider, like a few raiders lead solo raiders lead one of the spider enemies up into the building. And they just was firing at it, running back up the stairs, firing at it, running back up the stairs. And I'm just sitting here looking. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. I'm just going to sit back here and I'm just going to observe this. They know I'm here. I'm flicking my lights just to let them, to get them situational awareness, to let them know I'm here. And it felt like they was just hacking the villain. You know what I mean? Or hacking the arc. It wasn't really skill involved. You know. Pep says my friends would always beg me to get on multi, and I would be like, after I beat the story. Facts. That was me. That was me. FML. FML, that sucks, man. But I tell you what, before you go handle your business, can you at least hit the like button for us? If you're gonna come in like that, if you're gonna share the flatulence with us, at least hit the like button for us. If you're gonna do all that. Jason said I was just that good, bro. Facts. It's easy to survive when you had sprint. Honestly, Halo Reach's competitive was BS. I'd had a better KD and assist in a 4v4, and some guy would have more points. Well, yeah, I'm playing the objective, maybe. No, if it's TDM. Story mode used to be worth it, especially in the Black Ops series. Now it's not worth it. Yeah, I concur. I concur. This is why I was apprehensive about playing Black Ops 7 campaign. And I saw the trailer. After I saw the trailer, we reacted to it too. But after I saw the trailer, I was just like, no, this is not for me. I'm not doing it. No, this is nothing that I ever have truly and traditionally liked about a Call of Duty game, especially the Black Ops game, which I've always liked because they were more rooted and grounded in terms of their storytelling and with the surrounding the events that took place historically. Right? It was the Cold War of some of the earlier Black Ops, and I thought that was great. It still goes. On a side note, that Call of Duty Ghost, if you know, you know, Call of Duty Ghost and Infinite Warfare, up to a certain extent, Advanced Warfare, all solid, not maybe not multiplayer Call of Duties, but all very much solid Call of Duty campaigns that all left with unfinished stories. Ghost, the villain one, Rourke one. If I'm not mistaken, in Advanced Warfare, I think you might have stopped the drone attack or whatever that was going on. In Infinite Warfare, there's some universal, war going on. But I love those campaigns. Love those campaigns. But yeah, here recently they've been really short. Battlefield 6 campaign had promise. We reacted to the trailer. That video became one of my best performing videos on this, at that time before the Xbox Mini Doc went viral. Which again, if you pop out and you want more SMT content, I highly recommend you watch the Xbox Mini Doc. The downfall of Xbox explained is what that meant. It really originally was titled "Numbers Don't Lie" because that's the reoccurring theme. If you ever hear me refer to it as "Numbers Don't Lie," that's why. I didn't mean to rhyme, but I did. But watch that mini doc. But the campaigns and most of these FPSs, man, they've just been large in part felt like they've been ignored and set aside. Probably because there's not too many monetary benefits you can have in your campaign. They're one and done experiences. Once you play them, that's it. I've only told myself, hey, consider diving into the multiplayer because playing $60 for a game and now $70 for a game and only play 6-7 hours of campaign, if you're lucky, is horrible value for your money. Unless you can sink maybe 50 to 100 hours of multiplayer over the year, then that's a different argument that could be had. Sparta Rule says, it's really fun to play right now too. Is GTA 5 Enhanced Edition. I started off from scratch. I've been playing campaign and online. So early in the stream, I talked about that I was late. Like Sparta Rules, being if you're still with us, being a long time viewer here on this channel. I'm so late to the party. I didn't even play the GTA 5 online. Like I missed that altogether. That was my bad. I'm not going to make that same mistake with GTA 6. I enjoyed the campaign, GTA 5's campaign. It felt like a really long, multi-arc movie story, if you will, show. But I did like the story. But the enhanced edition, I saw it looks better, runs. I thought the game already looked and ran fantastic over its lifetime. But I mean, man, it's gonna be hard. I feel like it's gonna be hard for Rockstar and them to top GTA 5, to top what they did with GTA 5. Luis, it's good to see you, Luis. Luis says, bro, I made 3 points today. Basket, 32 dunks, and new net. Oh, you want to hear my favorite rap song by Moonlight Boys? Do you want to hear my favorite? Those are all great rappers, but that's gonna be hard for you to to relay in the chat, fam. But you keep them coming. You could drop some of your favorite bars from them. I don't know, but if I play it, that'll definitely get this stream copy. I won't be able to run. Won't be monetized. Jason said, "Nah, the dude would have more points because he would have 10 Ks. Okay, but 13 deaths. Meanwhile, I have like 11 assists and 7 kills, 0 deaths. Oh, got you. Okay, so less kills, but the other dude would get more points. Yeah, like you said, it was something. I mean, I didn't play. I didn't play a lot of the multiplayer. It was a lot of three. Played a lot of Halo 3 multiplayer. Some Reach. I just really love the Reach storyline. And ODST's Firefight was fun too. That was a fun new mode that they should definitely consider bringing back because Firefight was pretty fun. Slee said, I've had GTA 5 facts, PS3, on PS4, Xbox One, PS5, and PC. Shaking my head. The boys got about 600, got 500 for me. Facts. I've played it one time and I've probably bought it 4 times, you know, between different consoles and different just launchers and things. It's been free, like claiming it here and there free or picking it up at a discount. Um, but I'm with you on that one, man. They got at least a quarter of that for me. That's for sure. 'Cause I've definitely purchased it a few times, across the stack. Jason said my son set up the GTA 5 characters. He made an Asian character because he just wanted to play, but you couldn't change a character. I was so mad that I never he never played GTA. I didn't know that. And I was totally new to GTA, so any of those the character customization, what you can do, I would have been totally naked. I know it's mass appeal, and I know some of you here even have streamed it. I missed that. I missed that boat. I missed that boat. I don't want to miss it in GTA 6 though. I don't plan to miss it in GTA 6. Whenever the game, can we get the gameplay trailer, please? I've been screaming for gameplay. I was roasted in my video when I had posted, that when GTA 6 was delayed again, and it was like, oh, this is what they do. Because my logic was, well, we haven't gotten a gameplay trailer, and you mean to tell me the game's get ready to enter into testing phase, and we still have yet to get a gameplay trailer? Technically, what, 6 months from release, 7 months from release? We want a gameplay trailer. Slee said, I used to play GTA Online. Hard. I used to play GTA. I'm sorry. I used to play GTA Online hard. I'm sitting on 45 mil and I don't even play anymore. Right. So that's in-game currency. I imagine that's a lot. But yeah, I know you can buy like cars, houses, and all those things. That seems like a lot. And even then with that game, it's like once you hit that wall, what comes next? You know what I mean? It's like what can you do next? But yeah, I've never played it. But all right, y'all. This would have went so much better if the first part of this vertical attempt, went off without the audio being miraculously silenced. You know what I'm saying? Um, DLC comes next. Yeah, facts. Facts in the DLC. Spider Rule says, I say you should give it a shot. You'll have some fun. Yeah, and it's not too late, especially if it's just to introduce me to the mechanics and the fundamentals of GTA Online, especially before GTA 6 drops. Probably be a good warm up, good introductory, precursor to give it a shot. Um, just to see what it's like. I've always imagined I would have a good time. I'm vanilla. Y'all know that. Y'all know who've been here in this community with me and been watching me create content for almost a decade now. I so the crime stuff. I've never really played games like that, and almost only certainly always played all of the Grand Theft Autos for the story. I think not Liberty City. Was a GTA 4 with Nico Bellic. I think Sleaze, I was watching you play the remaster, or I was watching you play it a while ago. I love that storyline. I thought that was one of the great GTA storylines in the modern GTA era. 5, with the storyline between the 3 different characters, Trevor and I mean I'm drawing a brain freeze, but y'all know the ones. Like it was okay having that, telling that story between 3 different people, but man, the Nico Bellic story was deep. It was more than just like let's be a crime criminal. It was more mafioso, revenge type, staying on business, man. You know what I mean? And I like that. I did like that. And I agree with you, Sleeves. It was one of the best ones, man. I mean, if we get back to that with GTA 6, I know it's a dual protagonist. We're playing with 2 characters, but if we can get back to that with GTA 6, then this game too would probably live longer than any of us here in this chat right now. Jason said, "I'm scared. I'm scared they'll make it a play to win game, like in like in game money will never get you that car." Ah, okay. GTA 4 was too realistic driving wise. I didn't like it. LOL. I can't remember the driving mechanics, but I do remember the story being like really good. And I'm totally with you on your fears there because we can, you can see Rockstar being capitalistic, rightfully so. They are a for-profit company, and seeing that they can make extra money off doing that. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, potentially, right? Because I know it's a cautionary tale right now. It's something that we're hoping and wishing that is ill advised, and they don't do that. But I can understand the the concerns there. Spiral says, if you want, you can jump in a game with me. I have tons of stuff, and we can do missions. Yeah, bet, man. I'm gonna have to hold you to that. As part of rules. You have to send me a message on IG. So he said that feeling of turning on GTA 4 and that music drops, man, classic. Facts. Facts. I just skipped school to play it. Then I skipped school. I'm sorry, that game was out. We was out of school. That was at GTA 3 and Vice City. Vice City was good too. But yeah, it would have been skipping work. It'd have been skipping work. Pep says, have you looked at Deadlock at all? Some of the coolest character designs I've seen in Game Wars I've seen in a while. Some of the coolest characters in Game Wars I've seen in a while. No, I have to check that out. What's it called? It's called Deadlock. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a trailer because I haven't, and I do like a good, evaluation of character design. Wait, that's that's the movie with Bruce Willis. We don't want that. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, it came out a year ago. Okay, I like the art style. Kind of reminds me of it. Kind of reminds me of Fort a little bit, but their art styles is giving me like classic Disney vibes. I love it. Yeah, nah, this happens while my man's shooting. He got guns. His fingers are his guns. Again, I'm late to the party. I think I missed this altogether. Naima, hi, welcome to the chat. It's good to see you. That character looks familiar. Yeah, it kind of gives me a Deadlock. It gives me little Fort vibes. It looks good though. Looks colorful. Looks bright. GTA 5 brought back the unrealistic driving, which is more fun to me. Yeah, the driving physics in GTA 5 is crazy work, bro. It's crazy. We've seen copious amounts of just all kinds of content that come out of that, man. From motorcycles to bikes to cars, calling out work to play that joint. Damn right. Because you want to do that mission, you want to retry that mission that you stuck on, or you trying to 3-star or whatever. Like, yeah, Liberty City did that to you. Liberty City definitely did that to you. It definitely did it to me. So he says, and the online on GTA 4 was super fun. Nothing like it is now. Just all death matches. And maybe they should consider bringing a mode like that back. I didn't play, again, introverted, you know, antisocial gamer here. Although I love playing the games with y'all, but playing with people high anxiety, whatever. But they should consider bringing a match like that back. But I didn't play GTA 4 a lot. Yeah, Deadlock looks good. It reminds me a little bit of Overwatch too, as I'm looking at the trailer now. It reminds me a little bit of Overwatch. But they should maybe consider bringing back a deathmatch like GTA. uh, battle royale or something like that. Just imagine, man. Just imagine. Nehemiah, all the folks dropping in, hit that like button for me, y'all. Pop that like button for me. It's free to, it's free to press, and it's one of the biggest, most effective ways to support the channel. I mean, the hell with what that other person was saying about me asking for money. Uh, Most people do YouTube for to earn income. Why wouldn't you ask for money? Support is always great, but the like button is the only form of support that you will almost hear me beg for, is to pop that like button for me. So if you've already done it, I greatly appreciate it. Especially if you're already a subscriber here to the channel. Thank you for supporting the content during this nearly 2 hour vertical stream. Hopefully, I've been entertaining enough to earn some subscription, or earn your subscription as a first time viewer here, or as you came across this channel here on the short shelf. It's one of the reasons why I've understood going live vertical is there's a plus to reach new viewers, to reach new subscribers. It's because YouTube's going to put you on that short. It's going to put your vertical live stream on the short shelf, and that's an entirely different algorithm that's pushing it out to viewers. So you can find new potential viewers that will resonate with your content. And just from having some of the conversations unilaterally between myself and with other viewers in the chat, I can see that we're starting to have that success. We're starting to mirror that success. So you know what that means. Okay, yada yada skip. Yes, more vertical live streams like this where we just talk, chat, and get caught up will be down the pipeline, with more exclusive stuff coming to channel members. So, shameful plug here. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking you to support the channel, but you do get some really cool benefits as a viewer, as a member here, as a channel member here to SMT Pro. If you consider signing up, there's more information down in the description box below. Feel free to read up on it, especially at the conclusion of the stream. Don't go yet. You know what I mean? I didn't properly plan for this kind of thing though, because I'm looking at my cell phone battery and it's mission critical. I can't plug it in because I'm using my Rode Wireless Go, and the transmitter is being connected using a USB Type C to the phone, so I can't charge it. Might want to consider maybe a splitter or something like that for the future for more of these. But yeah, regardless, we will be back live Friday. Like I said, we're going to have the early stream. You know what I mean? Coming back for that. More Rebirth. We're nearing the end of Rebirth. Can't wait to show you what game we're going to play next. The competitive conversation being brought up here on this vertical stream, it has me thinking that, yeah, maybe I should throw a competitive game in the mix. Fortnite is slowly on its last leg, you know what I mean? So it likely won't be Fortnite. I don't know about Marathon. I thought it could have been Arc Raiders, but Arc Raiders sure as hell needs more content to make that something I'd want to go back to competitively on a weekly basis. If not, that looks like that's going to be your yearly releases of Call of Duty. Hopefully we get a modern warfare entry. The next Call of Duty is a modern one, or they get back to simple boots on the ground like EA Dice did with Battlefield 6. Because campaign aside, Battlefield 6 did get a lot of the core gunplay mechanics right. Although some of the guns could have used balancing very early on, in my opinion, they did get some of the gunplay fun, and just what makes a arena style large open world map, battle royale game or multiplayer game even fun, with just different map objectives and things, and the destruction and the environment. I mean, that was cool, hands down. But we need a little bit more, especially in the next Call of Duty. We need a little bit more. Pep says Deadlock isn't out yet. It's in closed beta. Oh, okay. It's okay. My bad. I'm sorry to some. I had saw the trailer was from a year ago. From September. So maybe 2 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I mean it looks fun. You know, games like Arc Raiders, they should know they get put on high alert when they come out, and they just can't retain the audience's attention, monetize it, all that good stuff. I did see the trailer for the new John Wick game. Yes, I did. Holy man, Sparta rules and hit us with a. Oh, yes, I did see it. I did. Yes, I did. Um, so I was going to react to it. I was going to do a reaction video to it, because I got instantly hyped. I love the John Wick mythos. I loved all the John Wick movies. I mean, they're all good, but ironically, I think in their progressive order, I think you can reverse it, and they're just as good. Like, 5, 4, 3, 2. The ballot one was, I don't know. It was okay. I watched it because it had John in there. It had the Booba Yaga in there. But the game looks sick. Excuse me. The game does look sick. We will definitely, in all likelihood, be streaming that, y'all, when that does come out. Yeah, the John Wick game looks good. I mean, it looks better than the 007 game. I thought that was cool for getting a 007 game, but then I saw the John Wick trailer. I'm like, the heck with the John Wick game. Did y'all see this? Like y'all, I mean, I'm sorry. The heck with the 007 game. Did y'all see the John Wick trailer? Man, like goodness. Yeah, it looks good. Spider Rules. Thanks for bringing that one up. I started to react to it. I should have went ahead and react to it. Because I thought it looked good. It caught me off left guard for real, but I thought it looked good. Remind me of like Uncharted or something like that, but John Wick. I'm just curious to know when it will it take place in the story, all that stuff. Is it young John, older John? He was operating for he was retired when we first saw him in John Wick 1. So who knows where this is going to take place in the story? You know what I mean? But all right, y'all, we definitely got to land the plane. I'm at 3%. We will be back Friday. Friday, y'all. Again, I appreciate all the new viewers and subscribers that came through here. Seeing Sparta Rules come back, Sleaze supporting the stream. Sparta Rules always supporting the content. Uh, Jason and Pep. Uh, who else? Jason, Pep, a few other people. Let me stroll up in the chat here. Richard, you know what I mean? Mako. We had a few viewers pop in. Orlando. We had a few people pop into the stream. I appreciate y'all for stepping in, man. I hope y'all sub up. Yeah, definitely, Pep. I appreciate that, man. I sincerely do. Sincerely do. Um, definitely would love to see y'all on, the big streams or horizontal and we're gaming and conversation continues like it is now. It's just typically revolving around, around the game we're playing. But this worked out. We will do more vertical streams, especially we can reach more viewers and just continue to push the content out. So, but yeah, I appreciate everybody hitting the like button for me. If you're just popping in now, hit the like button for me. Watch it. Get caught up on everything we talked about here on the stream. I'll leave it up vertical. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, y'all. I do hope to catch you all in the next YouTube vertical, horizontal, or just video. I do hope to catch you all in the next one. So until then, be easy.